Hello, we are now live in the Banquet of Life group, and thank you so much, Cheranne, my dear friend Cheranne, for joining me today to talk about the power of your smile. Cheranne is a big proponent of the smile. She talks about it a lot, and you'll find out why when I come to ask her some questions. Yes, so thank you for agreeing to share your knowledge and wisdom here on the power of your smile. And for many here that don't know you, please share a little of who you are and your story and how you came to embrace the power of your smile.
Okay. Well, thank you, Esther. And before I tell everybody who I am, I'd just like to say thank you very much for inviting me to be here. It's a real pleasure for me, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and your group members. And I also want to thank the group members for joining, because again, I really appreciate the time. So yeah, who am I? So I'm Cheranne Kermath. I know Esther through our connection through the energy alignment method. And I think when Esther first met me, I was on a journey. I had just recently taken a sort of early retirement. I'd spent the best part of a 40-year career in the public service, and then had the great opportunity of taking an early retirement offer. Well, I jumped at it. And as I was leaving, people were saying to me, well, what are you going to do? And I was going, don't really know, but I know I want to make a difference. But I didn't know what that difference was going to be. But I used to say to them, I know I want to do what I want to do, and I want to do it with whom I want to do it. And I think I set out on my journey of retirement with that in my mind. And when I look back now, I find that sort of like maybe a selfish sort of approach. But actually, it's morphed into I want to live my life in a way that makes me smile, because on that journey is where I can say I really discovered my smile. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I like to think that I'm on this journey of sort of living my life in a way that makes me smile.
Thank you, Cheranne. So how does smiling affect us physically and mentally? So how does it really help us on a holistic level, really?
I think, I heard sort of coin a phrase the other week, the pharmacy that is our mind. And I think of the smile as being that trigger for the pharmacy that is your mind. It's almost like it's the smile triggers the chemist that's within you. It's the smile produces the dopamine, the endorphins, all those feel good hormones and whatever, which in turn then helps reduce the sort of stress hormones. So what I see with the smile sort of physically, it really does make a difference. And I think it hit me when I had work done on my teeth. Old age doesn't come without its traumas, and my teeth weren't my sort of best part of me in the sort of the couple of years, and whilst it sounds vain, I wasn't liking what I was seeing when I looked in the mirror. So I went and had some work done on my teeth, and it wasn't until after I had the work done, I suddenly thought to myself, I'm feeling so much better. Now at that point I was about to retire, so I was thinking, well, it must be the retirement. But then it struck me, it was actually I was smiling again, because I'd got into the habit, because I didn't like what was in my mouth. I used to cover my mouth over, and whilst I'm sure I was smiling, nobody else was seeing it, and I certainly wasn't feeling it. So I think that was a real turning point to me. The sort of said, yeah, smiling really does make a difference. So physically, mentally, yeah, there is a chemical reaction. but I think personally I felt it. So it's just sort of sharing a little bit of the story of how it made me feel, and then the difference that I felt. I felt lighter.
Yeah. And I suppose the important thing is what happens when we interact with other people, when we're smiling as well, isn't it? Is that that other aspect
Yeah,
of smiling, isn't it? That contagious
yeah,
aspect of smiling.
of course. Yeah, it's, you know, it is great, isn't it? You smile at somebody and you, 9 times out of 10, okay, there's always going to be an exception, but 9 times out of 10, they smile back. And then it's interesting you say about the smile being contagious. And I think of the the Spike Milligan poem, and that is about the smile being contagious. And if I want to sort of lift myself up, I will sort of read that. But yeah, and I think I now know when I'm out on my sort of daily walk, I try to make a point of smiling at other people. And yes,
Yeah.
they smile back and we say hello, and that is all about sort of engagement and interaction. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. So what can we do daily to connect more with our smile? So is it just a case of, you know, thinking, you know, it's not an acceptance that, you know, things are hard or whatever. It's just trying to see the good in everything that we have rather than focusing
Yeah,
on the bad, isn't it? And then smiling through that as well, smiling
yeah,
through adversity,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. So I think, you know, I've had conversations with people, and you'd see in the sort of books, magazines, and whatever, they say that you can just the physical, the shape of your face and the smile, that just physically will make you feel better if you
Yeah.
smile. But when I think about living my life in a way that makes me smile, I don't think of it being, let's just put a smile on it, because don't want to just put a smile on it because it hides so much.
Yeah.
So I think really when I talk about ignite your smile and the power of your smile, it is actually feeling your smile is going deep and recognizing that your smile will mean something to you. So the sort of things I do is sort of just think back to the things that I know that makes me smile. So it's like just you know, just as a sort of point of a little exercise is taking a moment, sort of taking a deep breath in, and then think about what it is that makes you smile. Now that could be one of your children, your grandchildren if you've got grandchildren, puppies, dogs, animals, but we will all have something, a memory or whatever, that we can call upon that will naturally make us smile. So I think what I try to do on a daily basis is focus on that, focus on things are not feeling as good as I think that they could do, is sort of almost go back to, well, okay, what is it that makes me smile? And I try and take that as my focus. I think over the years we've talked about, you know, having that positive mental attitude. And I think to me, it's almost like that smile, you know, engaging with my smile can help me keep that positive mental attitude. And then even no matter how bad things get, it's you will still always have memories that make you smile. So yeah, I think I might have lost the train of the question there.
No, there's
So
no.
my
It's
apologies
fully
if I've gone
no.
off
It's
on a
no,
tangent,
and it
but
was it
I
was
get
actually
quite
asking your
passionate when I'm.
techniques. Yeah, no, sorry. I think there's a bit of a lag, but yeah, it was totally fine. It was totally on point to my question. You know, and what can we do to actually just ignite that smile or to discover it again, especially when we go through low times. And it's that,
Yeah,
you know, focusing on something that does give you joy and pleasure, even if it means having to look back into our
yeah,
past to find the highlights of our life or the
yeah,
high points. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
So you've
And I
started your own
think,
group. Sorry, yeah, sorry, you carry on.
yeah, I was just going to add there, one of the other things that I tend to sort of do on a daily basis is I take my journaling to a different level. So my journaling tends to be when I'm sort of waking in the morning, it's focusing on what am I going to do today that will make me smile, and sort of ending the day. And almost this is sort of picking up from a gratitude perspective. What have I done today that makes me smile, that has made me smile? And then it's also, I try to sort of focus in on, well, how strong today is my smile, and sort of measuring it on what I like to sort of call a smilometer. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think you could actually copyright that if it's not already around. That'd be good.
Yeah, yeah,
Where are you on your
yeah.
smilometer today? So it's just, and it's again part of that, yeah, and it's a part of that mindfulness, isn't it? Being always mindful, you know, every moment of the day as to where you are, and using the smile to just, you know, get back on track, and just connect to what's good and positive in your life, you know. Yeah. So you've started your own group here on Facebook to champion this cause of the power of the smile and ignite your smile. So tell us a little bit more about that community, what it aims to do, and how.
Okay, so I've got two groups on Facebook.
Oh, you got two. Sorry.
One which is more, no, sorry. One is more active than the other one, but the one that I
Okay.
started with was Ignite Your Smile. And the sort of purpose of that really was just trying to share a little bit about the smile. So probably the sorts of things that we're talking about today, but there's still more for me to do on that. But the group that is most active is the group that I set up called Keeping Your Smile Alive. Now, I set that up at the start of lockdown last year. It's awful, isn't it, to say when we look back over the year that we've had. But yes, so I started up in a response to sort of like my friends, my family. They were all living in this place of this fear of what lockdown would mean, and I set it up to try and sort of give some hope in that, you know, let's be together to keep our smile alive. So that was the sort of theme. It was like working together to keep our smile alive. And the principle there was, as the group grew, for us to share something each day that would make us smile. And it's a real pleasure to see the sorts of things that people share. Lots of photographs of grandchildren, lots of photographs of pets and animals, but it was just like lifting the mood, sort of recognizing that even though we were facing the unknown and we didn't know what was going to happen, and we certainly didn't know last March how long it was going to last, but it was almost getting that power of a group dynamic there to support each other and have that interaction within the group. So yeah, that's the sort of group that is most active on Facebook. But it is really trying to take that principle that we mentioned earlier about sharing a smile.
And things that bring a smile to our face. So but to be honest, it just shows you that group, even though you created it during lockdown or at the start of lockdown, there's how much of a need there is for community and for sharing that smile with others, and our joy with others.
It really touched my heart, actually, that the people that approached me and thanked me for setting something like that up, and that really sort of spurred me on and made me realise that, it's, you know, together we can smile more.
True. So, so what are your current plans and intentions? On this particular theme? I mean, you can talk about if you've got a program that you're working on or a book that you want to write. Just what are your aspirations there in that respect?
So my massive dream, my big dream, is to actually launch the principle of living your life in a way that makes you smile, ignite your smile out to the world. You know, I don't want to aim too big, but yeah. But I see it being
Yeah.
something that could find its way into a book. So I do have this sort of ambition that at some point I will be putting my stuff into a book. We could create an app. Um, but and I'm developing content for the program Ignite Your Smile, where really that's about sharing a way of living, and what I look at there is that bringing out things like, if you believe you can live a life that makes you smile, then you will live a life that makes you smile. And the importance of clarity. So we're spending time within the programme creating that life that makes you smile, because for sure the life that might make me smile wouldn't be the same as the life that made somebody else smile. So it's that opportunity to sort of creating it and breaking it down to what is yours, and then finally living that life that makes you smile. And one of the big components of all this that I want to sort of really share with the world is that when we think about the smile, I is at the heart of your smile. I am the person that can make me smile. I am the one that can make me smile. So the sort of principle around the program is actually taking smile as the acronyms. So we've got S in smile is for sleep. So it's a holistic approach to health and well-being. So we'd focus on sleep. We'd focus on liquid intake, looking at the sort of the good and the not so good intakes of liquid. As I just touched on, the I being the I of smile is what makes you smile, and the I in your smile is actually, well, the I in my smile is me, the I in your smile is you. And then it's actually looking at movement and eating as well. So the program is about taking people through experiences that are going to help them live a life that makes them smile. But, you know, that's my big aim, that's my big dream. And what I am doing on a smaller level is actually launching myself as a coach. And I think we've talked about it's a transformation coach. Maybe take it a stage further. I'd like to think that I can empower people smile. But yeah, 1st of March, important day for us Welsh people, St. David's Day, our patron saint.
Yeah.
But I am launching my coaching business on the 1st of March, and offering sessions at a very good introductory rate, so that I can work with people to help them live a life that makes them smile, but actually share the content that I've developed so I can get some feedback as well. So, you know, when I'm saying the introductory offers, it is about sort of getting feedback from people to see how I can sort of help them. But the principle I'm starting with is a one-to-one coaching approach. So
how many are you looking to work with then on this basis of one-to-one at any one time?
So my initial aim is to go for the first 100 one-to-ones. Now that's going to take a little bit of time, but it's I think that will give me a good basis for feedback on whether or not what's being offered is what people want, because that is what it's about. It's actually giving people what they want, what they need.
So how can people contact you to find out more if they want to be part of this project?
Yeah, so certainly contact via Facebook. I'm quite active on Facebook. And what we do after the I can share in the link what my sort of email address is, and
Yeah,
then anybody who would like to have an invite to one-to-one coaching, they can respond as well, and I will personally contact them. But my page launches next week, so again, I can share that page within the group. That would be,
brilliant.
if that
Yeah,
would
thank you.
be useful to your members, that would be brilliant. Thank you,
Yeah,
Esther.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's there as an offer, isn't it? And yeah,
Yeah,
who's curious enough and wants to explore further, then
yeah,
they can make contact.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and you appreciate any input as well and feedback as you go along.
yeah,
Okay, thank you, Cheranne.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
spending your
very much.
afternoon
Thank you.
here
Yeah,
in a it's a very dull, grey afternoon here in Wales. I don't know where your neck of the woods in Wales,
yeah,
but there you are.
yeah, yeah.
But the smile is there anytime, isn't it? You can call on it anytime,
Yes, yes,
regardless of the season or the
absolutely.
weather.
Yeah, it is. I like it can access the chemist that is in that is within you, but your
Yeah,
smile is within you. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you again.
Thank you, Esther, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.